This video is going to be a really special one, and for good reason, because this bike right here is my dad's first mountain bike ever. It's a Diamondback Caraca, and he bought it brand new in 1989. And like a lot of first bikes, this one wasn't the lightest, nor was it the fanciest, but it was his, and he's kept it all these years. Now here's where it gets exciting. We're gonna be rebuilding this bike ground up, and he has absolutely no idea about it. So why am I surprising him with this build? Outside of the fact that he's my dad, he's gone out of his way time and time again to make sure that I always rode the coolest bikes. In fact, a moment that really stands out to me was when I was about 13 years old. He came riding around the corner on a DK 6-pack BMX bike, and that bike single-handedly changed my life. He always made sure I was riding a solid, good-looking bike, even if that meant stretching the budget or wrenching on things late into the night. So now I get to return the favor, and I couldn't be any more stoked. We're gonna take his 1989 Diamondback and strip it all the way down to just the frame and the fork, clean it all up, and then we're gonna rebuild it with some modern parts to give it a new lease on life. We're gonna do it all with a whole lot of love and gratitude. My dad is the reason that I got into BMX, and my life would be completely different if I hadn't. So big shout out to you, Senior. I really appreciate you. He drove me around the country, he motivated me, he worked on my bike and made sure that I was always riding something that was competitive. That just barely scratches the surface. So now it's my turn to get him on a bike that not only looks really good, but it feels incredible to ride. Believe it or not, Senior has actually been riding this bike every single week at our weekly group ride that we host here at the roastery. On these rides, we usually ride anywhere from 8 to 12 miles. And the other day I hopped on this bike and I could not believe how uncomfortable it was to ride. And I was like, dang, dude, Senior is a unit just pedaling this thing around. We've got to make a change. So in this video, we are going to make this bike as comfortable as we can for him so he can truly enjoy riding it around. Let's get to work. When my dad broke his femur 2 years ago, I wasn't sure if we'd ever ride together again. But he showed up, did the work, again and again, quietly and steadily, just like he always has. He pushed through the hard parts, rebuilt his strength, and got back on the bike. Not for glory, not for recognition, but because riding means something to him. It's his happy place. Watching him come back from that injury has been one of the most inspiring things I've ever seen, not just as a rider, but as a human. He's proof that you're never too old, too hurt, or too far gone to get back to doing what you love. This build is a tribute to that grit, to his ability to get back up, to keep rolling. And most of all, it's a thank you for showing me what resilience looks like, and for keeping me rolling all those years ago when I was just a kid on a BMX bike. As I mentioned, my dad bought this bike brand new back in 1989. Heck, I remember watching him ride it when I was a kid. And now at 59, he's still riding and still moving forward. And that's something that I've always admired. Because as we age, staying active is beyond important. And for men, testosterone plays a massive role in that. Testosterone declines as we age, and that's normal. But if it drops too fast or too early, it can quietly start chipping away at our performance, motivation, or even our ability to bounce back. Now here's the scary thing, you might not even notice it at first, and without knowing why, you just start to feel off. Personally, I'm a big fan of being proactive and getting ahead of things like this when I can. And that's exactly where today's video sponsor, LabCorp On Demand, comes in. LabCorp On Demand offers a men's health test which goes beyond just checking your total testosterone. It measures the total level of testosterone in your body, which can help you identify factors that might interfere with things like libido, bone mass, fat distribution, muscle mass, and production of red blood cells and sperm, giving you a more accurate estimation of your free testosterone, which is the form your body actually uses. And the best part about all this, you can purchase the test without needing a doctor's appointment. Just go to LabCorp On Demand, purchase your test online, and then head to one of LabCorp's 2,000 plus patient service centers to get your sample collected, professionally, just like at a doctor's office. Testing is performed at LabCorp's CAP accredited, CLIA certified clinical laboratories that typically process 3 million samples every week. And you'll get the results as early as 1 business day delivered straight to your secure LabCorp patient account. Whether it's continuing to ride comfortably at 59 or pushing towards that next level on the bike, you want your body to be working with you and not against you. So do your body a solid and visit trylco.com/joyofbike and use code joyofbike to get 20% off of select lab tests now. Or hit the link in the episode description down below and use code joyofbike at checkout. Now let's get back to work. There really isn't much that's more satisfying than tearing down a 30-plus-year-old bike without any issues, and that was exactly my experience with the Diamondback. So I couldn't be any more stoked than I am right now. With that being said, I am starting to get it put back together. I've got the front end all greased back up and together, and it's starting to look like a bike again. So I figured this would be a perfect opportunity to start talking about a few of the key details with this build. So let's start with the drivetrain. We're replacing the old 2x6 friction shifter drivetrain with a 1x8 index shifting drivetrain, which is going to make this bike just that much more enjoyable to ride. This isn't going to be anything fancy, but it is going to be a significant upgrade over what was previously on there. It's also getting a set of refurbished wheels, which are going to replace those old heavy steel wheels. This is probably going to be the most noticeable upgrade for Senior, and I'm stoked to hear what he thinks of that. It's also getting a bunch of other really cool new bits like new handlebars, fresh tires, new cranks, and we're also upgrading the brakes from cantilever to V-brakes, along with some new white cables. Now, I hope it goes without saying that every time I do one of these build projects, I want the bike to be an absolute joy to ride. But I don't want it to stop there. I want it to be a treat to look at as well, because when you have a bike that looks good, you just inherently ride better. This build is really starting to take shape, and I've got to tell you, I'm getting really excited to hear what my dad thinks when he finally sees this build. Now, the grand reveal is going to be tomorrow, Wednesday, at our group ride, which is called the Monster Mash. I told him to come up a little bit early because I needed to help him with a few things on his gravel bike. He has no idea about this. But earlier when I said this bike came apart with no hiccups, Well, there's a little bit of a fib in there. And the reason for that is because this bike doesn't have a derailleur hanger, and I didn't realize that until I was taking the bike apart. So I had to hop on Amazon and I overnighted a derailleur hanger that slots in and tightens down. So unfortunately, we're at a bit of a standstill until that derailleur hanger does show up. So do me a huge favor and cross your fingers that it shows up early enough tomorrow to where I can run back in here, finish assembling the bike, and get it all dialed in to surprise Senior. Now, all that's left to do is wait. So I'm gonna head home and enjoy some dinner, and I'll check back in with you tomorrow, or I guess in your case, in just a few seconds. I've got some good news. The derailleur hanger showed up, which means we can get this bike all wrapped up and still surprise Senior today. The Diamondback is complete, and honestly, this may be one of my favorite builds to date. I feel like I say that every single time I build up a new bike, but this one is really special because it's my dad's, and he's owned it since 1989. That was 3 years before I was born, which is kind of insane to think that he's held on to this bike for 36 years. That obviously means it has a special place in his heart, and I'm really excited to hear what he thinks of this finished product. The fact that this is going to come as a complete surprise to my dad is really exciting. You might be thinking, there's no way it's going to be a full-on surprise because he knows you have the bike. Yes, that is correct. He leaves this bike up here because we do a group ride out of the roastery right here every Wednesday. It's called the Monster Mash. If you ever want to join us, we meet here at 6 p.m. Comment down below. I'll send you the details. But that's why I have the bike, and he's not really expecting anything. So it's going to be really exciting to see what he thinks of it. And I love the way it turned out. It still has its vintage character. We did use some new parts, but the restored parts like the wheels or this 8-speed Dior XT derailleur really just sets this build apart from some of the other ones that I've done. Now, the only thing left to do is to surprise Senior with this bike. He should be coming up here in the next couple of hours. Thinking that we're going to be working on his gravel bike. I'm helping him take some bars off and put new ones on, and then we're going to retape them. We are still going to be doing that. However, this is going to come first, and I can't wait to hear what he thinks when we take it out for its first joyride. So when he shows up, we'll pick it up there. All right, I just heard Senior pull up out front, and I'm so excited to go get him. But before I do, I'm going to move the bike over here. So when we walk through that door over there, we walk right into the bike, and I cannot wait to see his reaction. Let's get after it. On the computer.
Oh, so you probably didn't want anybody in.
Check this thing out.
Oh, that's sick. When did you do that?
Got it done yesterday.
That's why I had the door locked.
Yo, how to surprise you.
Holy shit. Look at that. Dude. That thing's sick. Damn. Thanks. Damn. Wow, that's way cool.
Now we gotta go take your first spin. That's why I told you to come early.
Oh.
Because we're filming.
Got me. That's why you wanted to know what year it was yesterday. Dude, that was sick. All those colors look good. Huh?
I know. I wanted to keep it like kind of similar vintage.
Yeah.
Threw some BMX bars on there.
Yeah, that's way sick. That thing's freaking awesome.
Night and day.
Yeah. It don't even look like the same bike hardly.
Go take your first spin.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool surprise. Pretty sick.
Just pick up the front end and feel it, or just pick up the whole bike.
Damn.
Night and
it's
day.
Like half the weight. Those wheels were heavy.
They were heavy. All right, we're outside for the first joyride. It looks like we might get a little bit of rain, so we're gonna try and make this joyride quick, but you need to check this thing out, dude.
It is sick.
It looks like it's gonna roll smooth. I only brought it out here and just rode it up and down this alleyway just to make sure it shifted and nothing was falling off. So Senior's really gonna get the full effect of how set up this thing is.
Yes, we are. You know, and the cool thing about this bike is it's probably not worth a lot, but it's worth a lot to me because I've owned it since 1989. So I bought it new then for $200. So probably worth more than that now.
Probably. First impressions.
So smooth. So smooth. It's just crazy. Crazy.
Night and day from what it felt like.
Oh my God. It's like twitchy too. I got to get used to that.
Yeah, it's got that shorter stem on there.
Yeah, and the different bars. Yeah, that's cool. It is. It's money. God, I can't believe how smooth it is.
Smoother than when it was new, huh?
Oh yeah. I don't know. That was a long time ago. Just, it's fun. And I haven't even rode it but a quarter mile.
There's something special about watching someone rediscover a piece of their past and fall in love with it all over again. As kids, we chase after our heroes. For me, that was always my dad, and today, that still remains true. We're not just riding bikes, we're creating memories and writing stories that I'll cherish forever. Somewhere between the pedal strokes and the laughter, I realized these are the moments, and I'm so grateful that a bicycle is the thing that brings them to life.
It's very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It is so sick.
The least I could do, man.
It is just money. Everything just looks perfect on it too. That's what's crazy. It just looks like a new bike.
For years, Senior gave me the gift of riding a rad bike, and now I get to give that gift right back. But it's never been about the perfect bike. It's been about sharing a moment, connecting, and just having fun. So here's to you, Dad. Thank you so much. And hey, if you've made it this far in the video, leave a big hell yeah down in the comments for Senior. Back from the first joyride, what do you think?
It was a joyride. So I just can't get over how smooth it is. Just, it rides like a new bike. It just, you know, for this thing being what, 36 years old.
Yeah.
Dang. It just cruises so cool. The vibe of it is just, looks really good. I love it.
What's your favorite part about it?
The tires, the wider tires, almost makes it look like a beach cruiser type bike. It just gives it a whole different element to it.
Speaking of the tires, I went with tan walls. I don't know if you remember it, but it came with tan walls.
It came with tan walls on it when it was new. Yep. It did. It had tan walls on it, was new. But yeah, it just, everything looks perfect on it. The cables, the bars, the grips, it just ties it all in, which makes it even better. So that's really cool.
I'm glad you like it.
Yep, thank you.
So yeah, the first joyride was kind of short. Looks like we've got some weather coming, but this thing is gonna get a workout tonight because we're going on Monster Mash. These rides are anywhere from like 8 to 12 miles long. Should be a good break-in for this thing. I'm excited to see what you think of it because
yeah, for sure.
I've told you guys on the video, I've told him already too, but I'm like, I don't know how he was riding it in the shape it was in. It was very uncomfortable. It was definitely not fit to be doing 8 to 12 miles at a time, and this thing is in proper form now. So.
Yeah, perfect. It's awesome. Perfect.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And that's that. Senior just headed back inside. He is so stoked, just grinning ear to ear the whole time on the bike ride, and that makes my day. He's inside getting his gravel bike in the stand because we're getting ready to work on that as well. So while he's in there, I just want to say, if you're fortunate enough to still have your dad in your life, do something nice for him. Even if it's something as simple as just giving him a phone call and saying what's up, don't take it for granted. Do something nice for your dad. I'm very grateful to be in a position to have all these parts laying around and be able to afford some new ones and get his bike rolling as good as it was when it was new. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, but yeah, just do something nice for your dad. And I know for myself, I wouldn't be riding bikes in the capacity that I am if it weren't for him. So shout out to you, Senior. You know this already. You know how much I appreciate it, but you're the freaking man, and I seriously appreciate you more than words can express. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on this bike build. It was an absolute pleasure. This bike turned out incredible. I'm already looking forward to seeing what we put together next. Comment down below. What do you think? Was this your favorite build yet? I'm looking forward to hearing what you think. And if you enjoyed this one, make sure that you cruise down and hit that like button as well. If you want to see more builds like this, subscribe to the channel. We also have a ton of other content on the way, so stay tuned for that. But as always, stay rad, and we'll catch you later. Much love, yo. Oh, you're still here. Well, no problem. If you want to stick around and watch another video, click over here to join me at the skate park, or click over here to join me while I build up my wife's 1993 Hard Rock. We'll see you there. See ya.